So to end the last 6 days of e-learning, we are going to look at theme in poetry. So first thing is, when you're reading a poem, you need to ask yourself, how do poets convey theme? How can I determine what the theme of a poem is? So first off, and able to answer those questions, you got to know, what is theme? Theme is the main message a story or poem is trying to convey about life. Poets and other writers develop themes to express their ideas about life or human nature. So some common opinions that poets have are on life, death, loneliness, sadness, hope, love. Just for like a second or two, what are some other topics people are usually passionate about? Theme must be expressed in a full sentence because it is a message about life. For example, if a poet wants to send a message about loneliness, she could say, loneliness is important to the creative process, or loneliness is the worst feeling in the world. If a poet wants to send a message about hope, he could say, hope gets us through the darkest of times, or hope makes life bearable. A common theme in Langston Hughes' poetry is the struggle with racism, because he lived during a time when this impacted his life. Okay, so the questions that you need to ask yourself in order to determine theme in a poem are there any problems in the poem, and how do they get solved? What words in the poem stand out? What emotions are these words associated with? Are there any people in the poem? What happens to them? Where does the poem take place? And is there any figurative language, and what is the figurative language trying to say? So for Tuesday, you're going to do activity number 1. You're going to read the poem listed below by Langston Hughes, then respond to the questions on the next slide to help you determine the theme. Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. So I will create either a doc or a form, and you're going to answer what the problems in the poem are, what words stand out to you, what emotions do these words associated with, where does the poem take place, is the poem figurative language, or what is the figurative language in the poem, saying, and then the last one is, because those should all guide you too, what is the poem's theme? Remember, answer these in complete sentences. You guys are going to refer back to this slide for the next 6 days. So this presentation is what you're going to refer back to, because we're going to stick with themes and poetry to finish out this school year.